Oops. Man, amateur hour. Hey, everybody. Johnny from Gilliam Farms. And Christine is home, but she is in bed. I worked her a little too hard this afternoon. She flew in. She did not sleep at all last night because she was trying to prepare to fly home a day early because of the storm. She flew home. I picked her up around, I was around 12:40 or so. I picked her up, and then we had to go take care of a lot of stuff with the cattle. So, but anyway, we got the camper ready-ish. Um, yeah, I'm just hoping it holds power. I'm just hoping it keeps power because it's going to be, you know, it's supposed to be pretty bad. So anyway, all right, let me go in here and start telling everybody hello. All right, hey, Jacob Halpayne came in early this evening. Thanks for coming in, bud. There's Rebecca Touch by Yarn. Howdy, Rebecca. Okies Eden. Hello, Okies Eden. How are you doing? That's Jason. There's Ben's Over Acres. Barb. Hey, Barb. There is Amy at Leonard Mountain Homestead. Hello, Amy. Good to see you. There's Nanny Tam. Thanks for coming in, Nanny Tam. Appreciate it. Joe Jacobson. Hello. Blessings from Eastern Iowa. There's Teresa Jukowitz in the house. Hi, Teresa J. Good to see you. And there is Tamara, Heartland HQ, with Dink and Tank. So, man, these folks are really good supporters. Really good supporters. So I appreciate that a lot. Hey, Plywood, good to see you this evening. And there is Sean. Hey, Sean. Man, I tell you what, I'm seeing a lot of people that's in this snow line in the chat right now. There is Virginia Alexander. Hello, Virginia. Good to see you. There's Bobby at Pettit Jean River Homestead. There's James. Hello, James. And let's see here. Hey, Hicks Garage. Good to see you. Thanks for coming in. Yes, Dakota. Hopefully it'll stay north of that ice line. Yeah, that ice line, give us snow. Don't give us ice. We don't want it. There's Paul Case Farm saying, yo. Used to it was like, what are y'all doing? But now it's yo. It's like my grandson or something. Yo. There's there's Wanda Henry. Welcome. Thanks for coming in up there at Prince Edward Island. Troy Sutton. Hey, Troy. Troy sent me a set of sights for my Marlin Model 25 MN. I put those on the rifle. I sighted those sights in the last video. If you didn't catch that, those sights on that 22 Magnum were from Troy. Appreciate that, Troy. Thank you very much. Helps to kind of complete it a little bit. Rhonda Dodson. That's Rhonda and Bobby. That's figuring it out with Catfish as the channel. And then we've got, let's see here, going on down through the chat, seeing if they're, hey, Dale. No, that's Dale. You guys could have went as long as you needed to go because it's me I'm out of my time. I'm out of my time frame. So you guys could have went till 8:20. It'd been fine. There's Jesse and Lisa at Lazy Days Ahead. Welcome. And, yes, I'm glad she's home too, Barb. Absolutely. There's Janae. Howdy, Janae. Hey, there's Rainy Ridge. How are you doing? That's good to see y'all in here. And let's see here. There is Avid. Hey, Avid. Avid Fisherman. Welcome. Thanks for coming in. And let's see here. Who else we got in the chat? Debbie. Thank you, Debbie, for coming in and giving a like. I understand you have company. I understand that. Thank you very much. And I want to give a shout out to Dale. Dale, he's doing it. He's doing his 9x9 challenge. He is doing it, guys. I mean, he's putting out videos. He's doing that carnivore thing, and it's working out well for him. He said he's got all this energy and stuff. So look out. Everything's getting ready to turn around. I'm telling you, it's all getting ready to turn around. He's going to be out there. Next thing you know, we're going to be watching fence building videos for sheep. I guarantee it. So, yeah, I don't know if sheep are like goats. Do you have to have a fence or hold water with sheep? I don't know. There's Tony at our cabin in the woods. Howdy, howdy. And thanks for coming in, buddy. I hope you are healing up well. Hey, Jerome Strong, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. Had a phone call. Nanny Tam had a phone call. It's always nice to have people checking on you. Hey, Brian. There's Brian at the Vineyard Farmhouse. Welcome in. Palmetto Paratrooper. Hey, been a while since I've seen you, Palmetto. Welcome in. Stay safe out there, man. I mean, it's coming. It is coming. And then let's see here. We got who else in the house here? Man, this chat is flying, and I love it. I love every bit of it. Paul Case, what are y'all doing? Like old times, ain't it? There you go. That's what I'm used to. It's kind of be like me not saying, hey, hey, hey. You know. So, yeah, I'm going to have to try to stay warm out there, Derek. Thank you. Thanks for coming in, Derek. And Derek, I was in y'all's, I found a chance to get in you and Amy's live the other day, and you weren't there. Dang it. So, anyway, let me go on down through here and let's see. Let's see what I am so far behind. I think I'm a ways behind, guys. I apologize. I think I saw. Hey, Kathy, from my volcano to your home. Kathy is over in Hawaii, guys. Got those volcanoes over there. I think there might be some over here in the. Hey, Angie. Hey, brat. Call me a brat. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? I'm no brat. Hey, my Alaska. How you doing? Thanks for coming in. We're getting ready to get that Alaska came to Oklahoma. You know, sometimes Bill comes to Oklahoma. Well, this time Alaska, all of Alaska is coming to Oklahoma, I think. I think it's supposed to arrive tomorrow. So Alaska jumped on a plane and headed it down. There's Arctic Cat. Greetings from Alaska. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming in. There's another one. We've got Hawaii and we've got Alaska in here. Isn't that awesome, guys? Man, if we could get Paul Honeyman in here, we could get somebody from England in here too. Let's see here. He might be asleep though. Derek says, "Oh gosh, I got to highlight this one." Derek, I'm gonna let you. You know, you can be the judge of that. All right. Hey, now I got my ghost train to hot wire as long as you can keep the doggone fence from shorting out, right? And that's going to be a thing, Dakota. You might know more about electric fence than I do. My bottom hot wire around my hay lot is going to be, it might be in the snow line. So what I might have to do during this thing is disconnect the bottom wire off my, because I've got two hot wires, and I may have to disconnect that bottom one because it might end up snowing deeper than that is. So I didn't know if snow would surely ground it out. Sure is coming. We're prepared to be hunkered down without power for a couple of weeks though. Wow. And there's Amy and Chris. Leonard Mountain Homestead gave us $5. Had to. Much love to you and Christine. Thank you so much, Amy. I appreciate that. That is so nice of you. I appreciate it. Thank you. And let's see here. Yeah, I got to support my brother. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up and help an old Okie. It says Bill at My Alaska. Thank you, Bill. All right, we're going on down through the chat. I know, don't leave just me alone on the lives. Johnny had to deal with just me, Derek. Yeah, it was just, I'm used to seeing Amy with all kind of people around her, and usually she has like this chat group or something going on. People up in the, she's got a panel and people are talking, and all she's just kind of sitting there, posting, like putting up stuff, on the screen what people say and stuff. I was going to gift memberships, but we don't have any. That's right, we don't. We have no memberships. Hey, Robert Mac Media, how you doing? Well, spill and feed here. Upcoming things to go with fence building. Awesome. That's awesome. That's why I did a super chat, James Hall. Yeah, we send the winter weather down to you guys. Absolutely, you did. You sent it big. And there's Florida. Hicks Garages in Florida. Browning's Wildside. Hey, from Washington. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming in. And let's see here. I'll be there to deal with Johnny next week. Yeah. Next week, I'm probably going to be with the cattle until Tuesday. I figured we bought groceries this evening enough for me to kind of hang out there. As long as I've got power, I'll be all right. Tomorrow, I've got a generator, and the generator runs fine. The problem is it doesn't output. And I want to do a video on how to make that output again, but I don't have time to do it. So I'm probably going to be looking at a generator tomorrow, maybe, if they've got any left. They may not have any left now. And if they don't, I'm just going to be at the mercy of whatever's happening with the power company. Let's see here. Going on down through the chat. My son got the generator ready to go. I think we're ready, not ready, somewhat prepared, praying for everyone to pass this storm. It is a big one. It's a big one. Hey, Wild Huckleberry, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. And let's see here. We've got, man, I'm trying to catch up to the bottom so I can actually do some talking. Need Arctic Cat to get to work. Yeah, take it back. Angie, are you going to be having to go to work in this stuff? You got anything that's tall enough to get through it? Florida weather went home and Alaska weather arrived. That's right. We had Florida weather. Hey, Shade Tree Cook, you didn't have to do that. Thank you, James Hall. I appreciate it. No, we don't have memberships. We don't do the membership thing. But I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. It's kind of humbling, guys. So anyway, keep you in prayers, says Nanny Tam. Absolutely. I mean, I keep everybody in the whole path of this storm in prayer. Everybody. I mean, it's not just one person or anything like it's. I'm telling you, there are millions of people in the path of this storm, and man, we need to pray for everybody in the path of this storm because it's going to be bad on all people. My uncle shoveled snow 11 feet deep to get to the lodge. Back, they ran out of food in their house. Scout camp. He used to be head produce man at San Francisco. Glad Seattle won. Wow. Yeah, Paul K says bottom. Tomorrow for sure. Maybe sick Monday. LOL. Yeah, you might be able to do tomorrow. I think here it's supposed to hit about 7 o'clock. Yes, he is, Derek. He's spreading the love. Thank you. Thank you again, James. New bottom, says Paul Case. We have been blessed by the community, so it's our turn to bless the community when we can. Thank you very much. And James says, I love Homestead Hangout. I'm glad, James. I remember the day I met James. I remember the day we saw Amy and Chris for the first time. James was standing outside right there by the Pinecone Fest. He was kind of standing at the edge of the parking lot, and I noticed him out there, and I said, "Hey, you here for the Pinecone Fest? And he said, yeah. He said, I said, well, come on in. He said, well, I don't have a channel or anything. I said, it doesn't matter. Come on in. Come on in. Get up there. Get signed up for some stuff. And I think he won a Gilliam Farms hat at that deal. So what I'm hearing is you're getting regular winter weather finally. No, Bill, Oklahoma, this is normal winter weather for the 1970s. Okay. It's not normal winter weather for now. Back in the 70s, there were many times whenever we would get a lot of snow like this and stuff, but they didn't build it up like that back then. You know the way it worked? It worked like Don Woods would come on the weather, draw a gusty, say we're going to get some snow. It might be a lot. And he usually did it like a couple of days before or so. He would say, we're probably going to get some snow. And then we would get snow. I mean, it was like a given. If Gusty and Don Wood said we were going to get snow, that's what we got. We got snow. Yeah, Derek got to meet me in North Georgia. Johnny made me feel just as welcome at the first meetup I went to. Absolutely. Always tried to. He has content now. James is so dedicated. Yes, he does. He does. He's a content creator now. Absolutely. And National Guard being deployed in states where blackouts are predicted 2 hours ago. Yes, I did win a Gilliam Farms hat. And thank you, John and Christine, for making me feel welcome. Absolutely. We love all you guys now. You know that. We love all you guys. James is one of our best supporters we could have. That's right. He is. Absolutely. I meant to say you guys are still not prepared. Still not prepared. What did you say? That's just it. You guys always get like a week ahead of time notice. I'm still not prepared, LOL. Yeah. I'm really not prepared. I'm not as prepared as I'd like to be. Stuff like that. Today I did treat the diesel in the tractor. I treated the diesel in my truck. Of course, I'm not going to drive my truck. I'm going to drive. This may be a bad deal, but I'm going to drive my 95 Nissan truck down there to where the cattle are. It is 4-wheel drive and all that stuff. And that's probably what I'm going to be using down there. It seems to be the most reliable 4-wheel drive thing that I have. But it's going to be cold, so we'll see how it does. I think I'm going to take I've got jump packs. I'm going to take some jump packs with me. And I'm hoping that the tractor doesn't gel up this year like it did last year. Thank you, Derek. John and Christine are great people. They are just like they are in their videos. Thank you very much. Christine, I took her out there to the farm today. She doesn't get out there all that much. I will be glad whenever she can retire and she can spend a lot more time out there with me and stuff like that. But, we had a lot of things. We had some stuff to do to the camper to get it ready for this deal. For one thing, we had to tarp it because it's got this deal where if, snow sits on the roof of it, it's going to get in. And so we tarped it tonight. And boy, I tell you what, that was a mess. The best thing in gel that I've found is the diesel power products. I think it is. They sell one called 911 that can get you out of a bind if you're not gelled. Just too bad yet. Right. I've got that. I've got diesel 911. I've got house. So I've got both of those. The 911, it says that you can actually pour it in there, but it also says that you can take the fuel filter off of it, pour it in that directly, to thaw out your filter and stuff like that and to get you through and stuff. The main thing I would like the tractor to work because not only do I use the tractor for putting out hay, but I use it for busting the ice on the pond. To me, it's just way easier to use that loader to bust the ice on the ponds. I mean, I just get on the tractor right over to the pond, 2 or 3 scoops with the loader. I've got a clear hole, and the cattle are able to get into it. And I'm back. I go back to the camper, hang out for a few hours, then go back out there and do it again. The problem we got this time, as you got anybody who's watched my channel for any amount of time realizes, late winter is whenever our cows generally calve. So I've got one heavy springing right now. I've got one that's looking like she might sneak one in on us. I don't know. And I think the rest of them are going to make it past the storm. Hey, Traveling Whitcombs. Good to see you. Okies, great to see you, friend. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. Let's see here. I have noticed my tractor starts just a little bit better if I park it behind a wind block. I guess just a little less windshield down to its bones, LOL. Dakota, I've got a shop out there. I've got a 3-bay shop out there. And the problem is I've got toys like cars. And one of the cars that I had, the 77 Trans Am, lived in that shop forever before before I got it ready for that. Well, whenever it got, with stuff was coming in, I thought, well, I'm going to take the Trans Am back over there and put it back in the shop. So that's where it's at. So it's inside the shop. But if it wasn't, man, that'd be the perfect place to put that tractor. I could just drive it right in there. It'd be an out of the weather. It'd always be clean whenever I went out to do stuff. But it's going to be one of them, knock all the snow off of it. I do have the tractor parked next to the shop where the shop will break all the wind off of it. But, I've got one that's been peekaboo springing off and on for a couple of days. Hopefully she's not going to just all of a sudden drop milk and calve in the next few days. Right. And that's the thing. Mine's already bagged up. I figure she'll have it within the next week. And I'm hoping that it's not like Monday morning or something like that, because Monday morning we're supposed to be -7 or something like that. High pressure system can cause human females to go into labor. I guess it's the same for cows. I think it's the same for everything that births. I know that some of the worst possible times for us to have a calf, it's happened. Last year we had calves. I mean, we had one calf. We had a heifer have a calf last year, and she had it in the worst night possible to have that thing. And I couldn't believe it. I mean, she had that thing in I think there was 6 or 7 inches of snow on the ground, and it was 0. And she had that calf that night. I could not believe it when I went out there, and it was okay. I mean, I got them into a kind of a little, I carried it into a barn over there and tried to keep it warm and stuff like that. And I finally got Mama in there with it and stuff. But, yeah, I did. I felt sorry for her too. It happened last year, It's just one of those things. It's the process. So if you've got animals, you got to take care of them. I don't really get how you can not, like I know some people who like they just, when bad weather comes, I don't know, they leave or whatever. And I'm like, man, you got to stay with your animals. If you got animals, you need to stay with them. You need to take care of them. I mean, I could sit here at the house and try to work my way over there, but the problem is I may not be able to get to the cattle. I may not be able to. I'm 30 miles from the cattle. I may not be able to get to the cattle if I stay here and sleep in my nice warm bed here at the house and just get up and go, well, I'm going to try to head down to the cattle. If I can't get there and they can't get through the ice, if they can't bust the ice themselves and stuff. And that's the other thing. Whenever it snows as hard as it's going to snow, if that pond's froze, it's going to be just solid white. It'll look like the ground. And I remember losing cattle in the pond whenever we were growing up. It happened more times than I'd like to admit with Dad. It's not supposed to snow here, but it's going to be cold next week, where we'll probably have calves during that time. It's never convenient. That's right. So anyway, if the mama cow's a good mom, they can cab and some pretty crazy stuff as long as they can keep the calf dry. That's right. Got a Mr. Buddy heater? I do have a Mr. Buddy heater. Hey, Arctic Cat, somehow you run sub. Yeah, I'm on subscriber mode, so you have to be sub to comment in here. It happens. It happens. Typically, whenever you sub to a channel, you need to watch some videos and stuff like that. Make a comment every once in a while, and you'll kind of stick. If you sub to a channel and you don't ever do anything else, sometimes it'll go away. If we lose power, everyone is probably going to go somewhere with a whole house generator. I've got to stay here to take care of animals. That's right. Yeah, we got to do what we got to do. If something happens with the camper, my brother actually lives on the same property, and he told me, he said, head on over if something happens. So and the reason I would lose power down there, I'm not so much worried about ice losing power. I'm worried more about just the janky box that's out there on the pole giving out. I'm going to try this year, but if you have any stock tanks, if you can get some molasses, 1 cup for every 5 gallons of water, it's supposed to keep it from freezing. That's awesome. I heard you saying that over in Dale's live. I made a comment. I said, how much molasses do I need to throw in my pond to get that to happen? The ponds are really good and clear right now. I mean, there's no ice or anything on them, but I know that it's going to be by tomorrow. It's not supposed to get above freezing. I know that. Today we got up to 56 or 57 degrees. 20 and slushy down to like 0 possibly. Yeah. So, it's going to be, we should be able to, I should be able to keep them clear enough for the cattle to be able to get to, the water and stuff like that enough, especially if I've got my tractor to use. If I don't have my tractor to use, that means trudging out there by foot with an axe, cutting ice. And usually I pull those chunks of ice out, because just look at it like this. If you got a cup of ice, okay, and then you got your drink in there, if you got that whole layer of ice over the top of it and it's freezing, it's not going to take as long to freeze what's already chunk ice there back. If you can clean the hole out to where it's fairly clear, it'll skim and then stuff like that, but cows can still kind of peck through it. But whenever it gets chunky, especially, if you have to do it several days, it gets really thick in that area. Dale said our ponds have had ice for a while now. Ours was froze over a few days ago, but we've been lucky. We've had 3 days above freezing now, and it's gotten pretty clear. Won't they give the animals runs? Molasses? No, molasses is like the base of a lot of cattle feed and stuff like that. It's good stuff. I mean, I feed liquid feed, and a lot of that is molasses. Our ponds have ice also. That's so crazy, right? Bill is up there. He's just up there in Alaska, and Arctic Cat. They're just up there laughing at us and stuff like that. But, whenever stuff gets used to something, you'll learn, Bill, if you ever have cattle up there, Hey, Reverend Dream, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. So, If we lose power, we'll use the Jenny for fridge and use the gas fireplace for heat. Never thought I'd miss the wood stove. Right. And wood stoves are awesome. Am I want a wood stove so bad. Actually, right here at the house, I would like to put an outside wood furnace in. I don't know if anybody in the chat has anything like that, but I always thought that fan forced wood heat from outside would be the ticket, especially on a property that's as wooded as ours. Ha ha, mean molasses and bulk isn't too expensive. Couple to IBC totes, maybe. Yeah, couple of IBC totes, throw it in the pond, right? Have seen Bill barbecue and have no jacket on when there's snow on the ground. He's definitely laughing at us. Well, Amy, now bear with me here. There can be snow on the ground and you can actually be out there in a short sleeve shirt. I went to Yellowstone one year in May with my family. It was 1972. We went to Yellowstone, and there are tons of pictures of us out there in our t-shirts. And that's back whenever kids wore white t-shirts. You never see anybody just wearing a white cotton t-shirt anymore. But that's what we wore all the time, white cotton t-shirts. There's so many pictures of us out there in the snow in those white cotton t-shirts. I'm looking at getting an outdoor wood boiler, but would use hot water to heat the house, right? And that's another way. There's one that uses fan forced heat, and it's I had a friend who had one way back. I remember I was 15, 16 years old, and they had one. Theirs didn't heat water. It blew the heat from and the house didn't smell like smoke. So I don't know where they blew it through at, but it blew it in there and did pretty good. I had a friend that always put a barrel on the edges of the pond, kept fire in it, and then would keep enough of a hole the animals could drink. That's a good idea. That is a good idea. I've seen that as well. I've got a couple of barrels. I could probably do something like that. We use road graders for snow removal on most of the roads up here. Yeah, they'll do that here as well. Maybe. Hey, Corey Guy, my racing buddy, cameraman is in the house. Welcome. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Aurora Knight, praying for the safety and warmth of everyone in the path of this winter storm. Hey, Aurora Knight, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. And yeah, that barrel trick, that's a pretty good idea. That is a pretty good idea. I've seen different renditions of that. I've seen people put barbecue grills out there. What they do is they put a barbecue grill out there, set the legs up down in the water. The problem is you got to keep the animals from knocking it over. But he T-posted them in, set it up, and then put the charcoal in it and ran that, and the heat radiating off of that kept enough of a hole open like overnight. I bet they do in Alaska. Pretty common up there. About the only way to keep up with it, with eating the hoe. Yeah. So, but anyway, that's what we got going. We got the storm coming, just like everybody down in this part of the country. There's a lot of Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Arkansas folks in here. There's people on farther over. I know that storm is moving east. I believe it starts like in western Oklahoma and just comes all the way across and goes east and kind of up. It's going to go like right through where like Nanny Tam and all them are. So it's going to be pretty substantial. I know that storm track was showing a lot further south as it went east of us, but now it seems like it's going up more north. It was going to be like through Georgia and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not sure, maybe North Georgia is going to get some of it. I don't think all of Georgia is going to get it like it was going to. All the pond had burgers too, right, Derek? Seen a guy run wood heat through the back door of a house trailer, probably a fire code violation. Right, that was from the inside out, I guess. Right. It's going to hit them in Pennsylvania. Absolutely. Pennsylvania gets a lot of snow anyway. I mean, Pennsylvania is a pretty cold place in the winter. My understanding, and that's talking to other deer hunters and stuff that I know out that way. Bill, you've got to leave the water in the pond. Hey, John Boy Shop of Dreams. Here I am, So, John Boy, you were asking when we're live. Typically, we're live at 5 today. Tonight we're live because it took me till halfway through Dale's live to actually even get home. We've had a lot going on today in prep and picking up Christine from the airport and everything. And I might have gone to an auction this morning and been there till just when I went and got Christine. So that might have happened. So anyway, just saying. And yeah, I did buy some stuff. But anyway, and I sure appreciate everybody that's come in and everything tonight. That's awesome. Paul Case, it looks, man, if I've been reading the weather map right, it looks like you guys are going to get hammered up there. Maybe more hammered than we are down here from what I'm it just depends upon who you listen to or talk to or anything like that. But right now, I'm going to tell you exactly what the Weather Channel is telling us is going to happen right here. Okay, right here, it says that on Friday night, we should expect 8 to 12 inches of snow. That's Friday night. That's, not the full weekend, Friday night. Saturday day, we're supposed to expect another 1 to 3 inches. Saturday night, 5 to 8 inches more snow. Saturday night. Sunday morning, less than an inch. Okay, so I haven't added all that up, but that's a lot of snow. That's a bunch. I mean, we're used to, them saying we might get an inch to 2 inches of snow. Hey, Astua, thanks for coming in. Yeah. Yep. Exhausted. I got you. Paul Case Farm, watch out for the video. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of videos on this deal. I've already actually started mine. So prepping and stuff like that. So we'll see. It'll be a Tuesday, Wednesday video some point. I'm actually going to carry, that's one of the things I'm going to do because I'm going to have a lot of time. If everything works out right, I should have a lot of time in the camper. I'll have to check on the cows and stuff like that. And this is what I do with the way I check on cattle. I take cellular trail cameras with me. If I have a cow down, like she's going to have a calf, or if she's nested herself up to have a calf, which they will do, they'll find them a kind of a secure little spot, and they'll kind of lay down there and stuff. If I don't want to just sit out there the whole time and watch, what I do, and I did this last year, I take a cellular trail camera and I set it up near her so I can watch her. I go back to the camper. My phone, it sends me a picture every time she moves. So I know what's going on with her and I can tell what's happening. I've been out there before and I've been watching cows with those cellular trail cameras and had dogs come up to them and stuff like that. And immediately I would take off out there, of course, because dogs are no bueno whenever you're calving. I'm telling you. Yeah, and we're supposed to get a lot of wind too. I think they said our wind is going to be like 30 miles an hour, 30, 35. So if you've got 35-mile-an-hour wind, and you got snow like that, that's drift. A lot of drift. Hey, have fun in nature. Thanks for coming in. Hello, Gilliam Farms, 44 thumbs up. Yep. Hey, that reminds me, guys. If you don't mind, smash that little thumbs up if you don't care. There's 56 in here right now. That'd be 56 thumbs up. Send up the drone every half hour to check on the cows. Yeah, the drone is the only problem with the drone is the wind, because my drone, I don't know about your drone, but my drone, if I'm in a 30-mile-an-hour wind and stuff like that, it'll fly, but sometimes it's hard to, if you're going with the wind, it's okay. Coming back against that, a lot of times it's tough to get it back. And at night, mine's not worth a flip. It's not, got infrared and all that stuff. So you've got to, during the day, that's fine. But at night, which is when I typically really want to know what's going on, those cellular trail cameras are awesome. They are awesome. Sounds like Johnny needs my angle scraper blade to clear snow. I will email it for $100. I've got all that stuff. I've got box blades. I've got all kinds of stuff for the tractor. I'm not worried about moving around in the snow at the farm. I mean, besides walking. I mean, walking would be the tractor will just drive right through it. So, and Rebecca said, "Hi everyone. I've been busy with my brother and haven't been watching chat." Well, I hope everything's all right with your brother. Hey, Jeff Gilliam, how are you doing? Thanks for coming in. So, fired up the generator to make sure it's ready. Yep. Jeff Gilliam, did you make sure it outputs? 5 to 8 inches Saturday night. Let's see what mine is showing. 12 inches snow for you, Johnny, Friday night, and 5 to 8 inches Saturday night. Yeah, that's what I'm showing. So if we get through this little spell just fine, like I hope we will, then, I'm hoping that I hope winter is on its way out. I'm hoping that we need the moisture for sure. All right. The snow is going to bring in quite a bit of moisture. We have not gotten very much rain here in Oklahoma. We're very deficit on our rain, our moisture in the ground and stuff like that. So it should help a lot. One of the things I'm really excited about is the snow on all the ground that I've hayed on and stuff like that. So it should put that really good slow release moisture into the ground and actually get us a lot of good grass growing this year. Yeah, we are super dry. Do you want to know how dry we are? Take off down any dirt road behind somebody. You'll find out how dry it is. 45 mile per hour here. That's how much it's going to be blowing. Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be windy. It's going to be real windy. I'm hoping that it's, I can find everything that I need out there whenever it comes time to using it. The one thing that I really need to find tomorrow, I need to find my axe. I need to make sure my chainsaw is good to go. Because I may have to cut some stuff. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if we're going to get any ice. It's not showing ice, it's showing snow, but that line can move. Yeah, we've had nil to none precipitation. That's right, none. I can have dust devils in my driveway, drier than a popcorn fart. Yeah, it is super dry, and but the snow should help quite a lot with that. Hey, Julie Cook. If they get what we say, I'm going nowhere for days. Not bad for 3 days after that. I think of The Shining. LOL, right? Yeah, The Shining movie. I tell you what, that thing it's quite the deal. That is quite the deal. Hey, Dakota, by the way, while you're in here, did you ever find a triple axle trailer? I was just wondering. I know you were looking for one to move equipment around and stuff like that. Hey, Mr. MT Homestead, howdy, howdy. Thanks for coming in. That's Big Mike. Big Mike in the house. So he's those guys, they've got a lot of stuff going on. They're going to have a lot of snow down there. I don't know. They might be down in that ice line down at McAllister. I haven't looked lately to see where the ice line is, but they might be in that ice line there. And I definitely wouldn't want to be in that. So I love driving in fresh foot of snow. It's even better to snowmobile in the snow. That's right. We don't have. Now, wait a minute. Bill, you're not an Alaskan. Bill's not an Alaskan, guys, because here we go. He didn't say snow machine. My understanding is Alaskans call snowmobiles snow machines. So I just got a text. And I don't even know what I'm looking at here. So so they got I don't know, maybe it's Mother Nature in custody. So I believe I saw earlier that McAllister is in the same bad as us to get all ice. Oh no, that's horrible. That is horrible. Think of taking the plow off the tractor and putting the loader on. Right. I've got the loader. That's what I'm going to be using for basically everything. Clearing the pond, stuff like that. Oh, it's Elsa. So they've got Elsa in custody because she's the one causing all this problem. I think, let me see if I can show you guys this. I did not know because I don't watch Disney cartoons, but if these guys would quit texting for just a second. So they've got Elsa in custody for bringing in all this winter weather. That's so cool. Oh, man. So Paul Case said that. Oh, wow. Anyway, yeah, it's coming. Happy birthday, Julie Cook. Hey, Traveling Whitcombs. They were able to stop by. Appreciate it. Thank you. Can you send her this way? Elsa. You need Elsa over in Florida? I think Elsa's coming to Florida, from what I understand. I'm lying for the ice, says Teresa Jeekwood. Oh, I hate that. I'm actually building one right now, but been using it a little bit, but I need a dovetail on it still. But I know somebody that might be looking. The reason I ask is because I have to look at my video that I did today, but there was a triple axle that I think sold for like $100 or $150 or something like that. It looked almost identical to mine, except for it needed wood and it needed some fenders. But not according to the map I've seen and what the weatherman said. I don't know. I thought you guys were going to get cold down there. I thought you guys were going to get cold down in Florida, Hicks Garage. I went to Mexico to take out El Nino, but they had free margaritas and I forgot, says Derek Fowler. El Nino, you mean La Nina? La Nina? So, and Jacob Halpayne is still here. Have fun in nature, says fun community. Yes, very fun community. Very fun. So there's a little video. Danny was yesterday. He was in rare form. and I got a little bit of video of him, and I was going to put it out as a short today, but I just didn't have time. I'll put it out tomorrow. It's a pretty cool one. And then I've got a video, an actual video that drops tomorrow. So it should drop at 4 o'clock. I still have to edit about half of it. So I'll be editing tonight, and I'll be editing tomorrow until I have to, until I have to leave. So that one's coming out, and it's a really, really good one. And yes, I do end up with another gun in the video, and I say gun on my lives, Amy. So I end up with another one, and along with, I took a trailer with me to the auction. I never do that, but I took a trailer, and I literally loaded the back of my truck and the trailer down. So it was a good one. Supposed to be 80 tomorrow on Saturday and 87 on Sunday. I thought you guys were going to get cold all the way down to Florida. Wow, Hicks Garage. That's, living in that kind of weather, though, you can work we could have most of this winter. You can work pretty much all winter on your vehicles and stuff like that. And I should have been doing a lot of work on mine, but I've been working on the shop itself, trying to get the shop ready to work out of. We've had this 30 by 50 out here since 2018. Still doesn't have any electric in it, and it's fully insulated, roof, walls, doors, everything, but I'm sheathing the inside of it. So I'm trying to make it to where, like, if I'm welding in there, it's not, sparks don't go over into the insulation or anything like that. Also just makes it look a lot nicer whenever you sheathe it and paint your walls and stuff like that. So I'm in the process of doing that. Most of the sheathing that I bought at auctions, and because you can buy just stacks of plywood cheap at auctions a lot of times. So I've been able to do it. I mean, this whole shop is going to be like the auction shop. Almost all my tool, a lot of my tools. I'm not going to say every tool. A lot of my tools, shelving, tables, vices, parts washer, what do you call it? The press, all that stuff. Everything came from auctions. So, I saw a really nice setup shop today whenever I went to an auction. They had that thing really, the building didn't look that big from the outside, but the way they set it up inside made it look a lot bigger. It was a really neat setup. I believe I got some video of the way they had it set up inside. I just dug it. I thought it was really cool. So it's happy. Is it Mike's birthday today too? Mike, is it your birthday? Oh, wow, he did say it was his birthday. He was going to live on Thursday. Wait a minute. Friday is his birthday, isn't it? Mike, isn't your birthday on Friday? Because you said that you were going to have to go to the doctor or something like that tomorrow. And so you did your live this morning. Is that the way it worked? Which I missed because I was at an auction. And how did the live go, by the way? I was just wondering what did you guys talk about this time? They always have some really cool, there's so many things that they talk about in those lives that I would like to be in on and stuff, but I can't. Typically, I'm never able to get into them tomorrow much. Mike's birthday's tomorrow. Well, happy early birthday, Mike. Happy early birthday. When is John not at an auction? Typically 4 days a week or so, I'm not at an auction. Typically. -13 here in western Wisconsin. Reverend Dream, when you coming back to Centerville? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll tell you, I got something for you guys. Set your calendars right now, May 2nd. May 2nd in Shakota, Oklahoma, a street race is happening. If you guys ever want to go to a street race, I'm inviting you to a street race in Shakota, Oklahoma. It's the Battle at Big Elk Creek. Big Elk Creek is what I think it's called. I will have the GTO there. I will be racing. Last year, I run it up in that deal. So, and I was in the fastest class they had last year, and I run it up. So I'm just saying, you're all invited to come to Big Elk Creek, Shakota, Oklahoma on May 2nd and watch the GTO on the street. So, and Jesse put it up, Shakota Carnival and Hot Rod Weekend. That is it. I was born in a winter storm, snow up to telephone wires. How, holy cow. What year? It's a 1969 Pontiac GTO. It's not slow. It's PDQ. There's a lot of people that are in the chat that have actually watched it run, and they know that it's PDQ. Corey Guy says, can't wait, right? So yeah, I'm looking forward to that deal real big time. So, but if you're in the area, you know, I mean, I know Big Mike and them's not far away. Sean and Kelly's here. Dale, I've invited Dale behind on videos. We'll check it out. Yeah. You can, on my channel, you can look up the race from last year. And you can see that race. I videoed that whole race, and it was a heck of a video, a heck of a race. Beautiful car for sure. Yep. Tamara's heading out. Good night, Tamara. All right, guys. It's about 9 o'clock. I'm going to hop off here. I've got a bunch of stuff to do. I'm still doing editing for tomorrow's video and stuff. Got to get some stuff prepared around here to get ready to take with me, because I'm going to be, for a while, I'm going to be in a camper with the cattle. So just saying. Anyway, guys, love y'all, and I will see you next time, which probably next Thursday, I guess. Unless I see you in a video first or another live stream. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye, guys.